that we love, we tend to emulate them. Yes or no? Today my best friend wore his hair in a certain way, or wore his clothes in a certain way, or he wore a jacket that I like. The subconscious stamp in the human brain is that if my friend wore that in a certain fashion, in a certain way, then I too want to wear it in that fashion. It's a subconscious thought. We don't have to think about it. It just happens in our brains naturally. When someone starts wearing glasses that are so-called fashionable, we want to emulate that. All of a sudden you see everybody's wearing the same glasses. Everybody's wearing the same coat, so to speak. And that's not something that sits well with the women, because they don't like wearing the same clothes, no? They like being different, alhamdulillah. When you try to emulate, it is called in one way love. And Islam emphasizes very highly on the concept of love. On the concept of, that's a nice jacket, maybe inshallah one day. The concept of love. The moment you start loving something, it is but natural to emulate it. I'm going slow so that we realize where we are heading tonight. How many of us truly claim the love of Ahlul Bayt? How many of us truly say that the Ahlul Bayt are the ones we contain and have pure love for? The question is, if we have love for the Ahlul Bayt, where is that love heading? And how do we show it? How do we expose it? How do we tell the people, this is the love we have? On a clear moonlight, when Imam Ali was leaving the mosque, he sees a certain number of people around, and he could see their faces. And then he comes to them and he says, "Who are you?" And they reply and they say, "Oh Ali, we are your Shi'as." Imam Ali looks at them and he says, "How come there is no sign of Shia on your faces? You are my Shia, but where is the sign of this Shiaism on your face?" And they reply and they says, "What is the sign of a Shia, of a follower?" And he replies, he says, that their face is pale because of weeping, of the fear of Allah. Their backs are bent because they are standing in prayer, submitting to Allah. These are the signs of those who call themselves Shias of Ali ibn Abu Talib. Where are the signs? And this is the same thing Hussein ibn Ali, when he was going to Mecca, somebody comes to him, "Ya Abu Abdullah al-Hussein, we are your followers." La, do not claim to be our followers. Claim that you are the muhib, you are the lover of us, but do not claim that you are following us. Do not use this term Shia at all. Shia is not only limited to us, but I'll give you an example of the fourth Imam. He was in the vicinity of the Kaaba, and it is said it was night, dark, nobody was there. And he was bowing down, and he was praying, and he was weeping, and crying, and crying, and crying. And a man comes to him. He's first looking at him from a distance, and then he approaches the Imam, and the Imam is in sujood with tears in his eyes. Ya Allah, he is crying, and he is Ali ibn al-Hussein. This man, Al-Yamani, asks the Imam, he says, "Ya Imam, why are you weeping? Why are you crying? I've never seen you in such a state." And he says, "Why shouldn't I cry? I'm weeping to my Lord. I'm asking for forgiveness." And this man, Tawus al-Yamani, replies, he says, "But you are the son of Hussein. You are the grandson of Rasulullah." And the fourth Imam replies and he says, "It doesn't matter what my lineage or who my lineage is. What matters are my deeds towards my Lord. I don't care if I'm Ali ibn al-Hussein, or if I'm the great-grandson of the Holy Prophet. What matters is my deeds towards my Lord. That's all that matters, what I do. The Holy Prophet told his followers, and I will quote it over here, "Verily, I am Rasulullah to you. Verily, I am your well-wisher. Don't say that Muhammad is from amongst us, for I swear by Allah, my friends from amongst you and from amongst others are only the ones who are pious, yani who have taqwa. So do not let me see you come to me on the day of judgment carrying the world on your shoulders, while other people come carrying the hereafter. Don't come to me, ya Shias. Oh Shias, don't come to me carrying the world on your shoulders." And then he ends by saying, "Verily to me are my deeds, and to you are your deeds." These are the words of the Prophet. He's telling all the Shia, all the followers, all the companions who were there at the time, to me are my deeds. I'm the Prophet, but to me are my deeds, to you are yours. Sometimes we are in a sad state of affairs where we think that the intercession of Hussein ibn Ali is going to save us. Whether we come here on Ashur night, we think that the intercession just because of our tears is going to save us on Yawm al-Qiyamah. There were two people, one of them, Muhammad bin Muslim. And this guy Muhammad was so pious and so knowledgeable. And he used to live in the time of the 5th and the 6th Imam. He was so knowledgeable that both the 5th Imam as well as the 6th Imam used to recommend their Shia to go to him to receive replies to their questions, religious knowledge. One day Muhammad goes in front of one of the kings, the rulers, and this ruler, the Qadi, looks at him and says, "You're a Fatimiyya. You're a Ja'fari." And Muslim, at once, Muhammad ibn Muslim starts to weep and cry. And the Qadi is asking him and saying, "Why are you weeping? Why are you crying?" He says, "Because you have compared me to such lofty personalities. We don't deserve that." Imagine, this man was chosen by the Imam himself to guide the Ummah. Yani whatever questions they had, whatever questions they had. But yet when he was told, "You are Fatimiyya, you are Ja'fari," he says, "Don't compare me to such lofty personalities, because I cannot be compared to them." That is a guiding factor for us. When we say we are Shia Ali, we are Shia Muhammadi, we are Shia Hussein, how much of that Shiaism are we applying in our daily lives? We should be crying and weeping that how do we compare ourselves to such lofty personalities, who is called Aba Abdullah al-Hussein, the one who guided people before him and after him. Where is the muhib? Where is the following of the actions of such personalities? Recite a salawat, please. It is quoted for Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq, who says that in a town of 100,000 people, if anybody claims to be a Shia, and if there is one non-Muslim who is more pious than him, that claim is of no value. People, we all live in large cities today. Most of the cities we live in are more than 100,000 people. And it is said by Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq that even if a non-Muslim is more pious than those Shias are from not amongst us. They are not from amongst us. Furthermore,